All right, we're seeing sunshine out there right now, but it is a chilly start to the morning. By the time we get to this afternoon, back up into those low to mid 40s across the area. But by this afternoon, a lot more cloud coverage is going to be starting to filter in ahead of those rain chances that come in this evening, overnight, into tomorrow. So let's talk about these two systems that we have over the next several days. First one coming in for Tuesday morning, second one for Wednesday morning. Small margins will decide whether some people get cold rainfall or maybe some of that freezing rain, especially across northwest Arkansas, where we'll be right between 33 degrees and 32 degrees. Now, if we drop below that freezing point, we would get more in the way of that freezing rain. But if anything, models over the past 24 hours have suggested that we're looking at more cold rain rather than that freezing drizzle outside. I'm not completely ruling it out, but do expect some of those slick spots going into tomorrow morning, mainly across northwest Arkansas. We look at futurecasts throughout the day today. Cloud coverage is going to continue to filter in ahead of those rain chances. By the time we get late this evening, we're starting to see those scattered showers first across the river valley before expanding into northwest Arkansas. Between this timeline of Monday evening into Tuesday morning, that's where we could see some cooler air start to filter in. And if temperatures across northwest Arkansas just drop to 32, we could get some of that freezing rainfall across the area, especially in places of higher elevation. That's a concern for tomorrow morning. Overall, I think most everybody sees just that cold rainfall, except for folks in Carroll, Madison, Washington, and Benton County. That will have a chance of seeing some of that freezing rain, which of course could lead to some slick spots going into tomorrow morning. Overall, that's going to be the highlighted zone of the worst potential to have maybe some minor impacts for that Tuesday morning commute. The rest of us, just some cold rainfall coming down across the area. I think the worst case scenario is that we have close to a quarter of an inch of some of that ice in the higher elevation. Overall, though, I think across northwest Arkansas, right around a thin glaze should be expected. Please do me a favor tomorrow morning. Still take it easy as you head out the door, just in case you run into some of those slick spots. Now, once again, on Wednesday morning, we run into another scenario where most everybody's going to have widespread rainfall in the morning hours, but if temperatures just drop enough, we could see some of that freezing rain for the same highlighted area in parts of northwest Arkansas. Now, that round moves out by the time we get to Wednesday afternoon, and maybe we see a few snowflakes, but overall, just looking at another round of some cold rainfall, except another highlighted area across northwest Arkansas where we could see a second round of some of that wintry mix moving in, which would lead to some of those slick spots. Overall, I want you to remember a few things. Tuesday and Wednesday morning, at least some cold rainfall, but we can't rule out some wintry mix in there as well. Minor impacts are expected if we do get that freezing rain. Be careful of a few slick spots out there on the roadways. Northwest Arkansas over the next 7 days looks like this. Weather impact alert for Tuesday and Wednesday, because both hold the chance of at least having some spots of some freezing rain coming down across the area, which would lead to some slick spots, maybe some deteriorating roadways across the river valley. We're going to go ahead and highlight Wednesday as the potential of maybe seeing some of that wintry mix. I got to tell you, the overall chances look very low, but as we know around here, it doesn't take much. If we start to get some of that freezing rain, we could see some very tricky road conditions.